Hello everybody, welcome back to this journey that we are going through. My name is Wichilu for those of you who don't know, and I am a beginner witch per se. So today we are going to talk a little bit about sleep paralysis. We had a whole video about dreams, so today we're going to talk about focusing on sleep paralysis. Why? Because I have lots to tell you about sleep paralysis, because I have a lot of experience with it, as well as lucid dreams, so we can talk a little bit about both. So the first ever sleep paralysis that I had that I remember was when I was still living in the dorms of the university I went to, and it was very weird, and kind of creepy. So I was laying on my side looking at the door from my bed, and I heard a knock on the door. I heard the door open, but I didn't see the door open. And then I felt a figure in the foot of my bed, just standing there and looking at me. And then a little bell went off, bing, bing, bing. And then after that, my alarm clock went off, and I was able to kind of wake up from it. So it was kind of creepy that there was something in the room, but nothing touched me. It was just a knock, opened the door, didn't see anything, didn't see anything. I just felt figures and other stuff like that. So that was the first time I've ever had, not the first time I've ever had, the first time I remember having a sleep paralysis. After that, it kind of got more intense, and I started to having them more regularly. The second time was in the same bedroom of the dorm, and I remember that I knew it couldn't be true, because my roommate at the time was dating somebody, and they weren't Brazilian, so they weren't speaking Portuguese. But in my sleep paralysis, all I heard was him speaking in Portuguese stuff to me, and we were having a whole conversation in my mind, right? Because you can't speak, but I can speak through my mind, if that makes sense. Sometimes, not always though. So then that's all I remember from that one. We were having a conversation, but there was nobody there. The door was closed. I should have known, because he didn't speak Portuguese. So that was the 2 times in that dorm that I had a sleep paralysis. Then the third time that I remember was I was in my house, back in my house, and this one was weird, because usually I don't have it when people are with me. But this one, I was sleeping at my house, and I had a friend over, and she was sleeping on the other side, looking the other way, and I was sleeping the other, in the opposite direction. But what was weird about that was that I had a sleep paralysis. She was fast asleep, so she wasn't awake when I had it, and I thought she was awake, and she was walking. I didn't see her walking, but I heard her footsteps and her talking to me, going around my bed, and we were having a full conversation, and she was just walking around, and we were having a conversation, but we weren't, because she was fast asleep. And when I woke up, I was like, wait, what happened? And she's sleeping right next to me. That was pretty weird. Then the other one was back in the dorm, in a different dorm, so the first 2 ones were in my freshman year, and then this one I believe was in my sophomore year, or no, it was in my junior year. And this one was very weird because this one was actually the scariest one I've had. I was laying in my bed and I could see the door, and this time I saw the door open and close really fast, and there was this noise, like it was like a when the TV is out, it was like something kind of scary. The noise is actually in the movie Sinister, because when I was watching that movie, I was like, oh my god, that's the noise that I heard when I was in that sleep paralysis, and the door was opening and closing really fast, and I was like, this is scary. After that, I woke up and I didn't want to go back to sleep because I didn't want to feel that pain or like that anxiety for that long. It was horrible. That one was the one where it was just the worst. But after that, I started to I started to learn and not fear it. I started to learn it, like how to control it, understand it, and then now my sleep paralysis are way better, and I'm not afraid of it anymore. So some other ones that I've had was easy, like conversations that I have with familiar people, or nothing that I've seen or felt figures. However, there was one, I was in my current boyfriend's old house, and we swear to God that house was haunted. I wasn't the only one that thought that. And I had a sleep paralysis in that house. Again, I usually don't have sleep paralysis when people are next to me, but this time he was sleeping next to me, and I had a whole ass sleep paralysis, and it was so weird because it was like a demon, and it was like portraying itself as my best friend, and I was like, I know that you're not real because you're not her. Like, she's not here. She's like at work. I knew she was at work. Like, I knew she was not there, right? And then he was like, that is right. And then we had a whole ass like mentally battle and stuff. I don't know how to explain it, but like we had a battle, and I was like fighting the demon, and I broke free, and I ended up winning. I don't know how to explain it that well, because that doesn't make sense, like that I had a fight with it, but like mentally I had a fight with it, if that makes sense, because your body's asleep, right? So you can't move and shit, but your mind is fully awake. So in my mind, I could fight this demon. Then the most recent sleep paralysis, I had many other ones, but the ones that impact me the most are the ones that I'm sharing right now. So the most recent one that impacted me a lot was, so I predicted I did predict my grandma's death 3 months before she died. I am a medium psychic, for those of you who don't know. Which is nobody, because I don't think I ever told anybody in this channel. But I am a medium psychic, and I did predict my grandma's death 3 months before she passed away. 1 through tarot, and 2 through sleep paralysis. So 3 months before she passed away, I did a tarot. I was doing tarot, and the death card was coming a lot, and it was portraying as if somebody was gonna die, but I didn't know who. I had a suspicion that it was gonna be my other grandmother, but she's still alive. And then 3 months passed right after don't do it! Sorry. So 3 months passed after she... So 3 months passed after I drew the cards, and I had a sleep paralysis on a couch. I was sleeping. I don't even know how or why I was sleeping on a couch. I was like, it's like a love couch, you know, not comfortable at all. So I was like passed out like that, and I was like sleeping like this. This was the position I was in, and I had sleep paralysis on that couch, and nothing too serious, too big, like felt things and saw things, normal sleep paralysis thing. And then when I woke up from the sleep paralysis, my aunt messaged me saying that my grandma was, like, as soon as I woke up, I saw that I had a message from my aunt saying my grandma was in the hospital. So I was like, oh my God. And then after that, when I went to Brazil, because she passed away in Brazil, so I went to Brazil. On my way there, on the plane, I have this purse with the python snake pattern. And I don't usually see this pattern a lot, right? So I had this purse, and there was this lady in this plane who had a shirt that was with the same pattern and everything. I was like, what? That is so weird. So I took a picture. I even sent it to my boyfriend. And when I landed, my dad had messaged me that she had passed away. So that was weird. And then on my way back from Brazil, right after I was there in the funeral and everything, and I spent a few days, on my way back, the person sitting right next to me in the plane had shoes with that pattern. And now this pattern has detached itself to me, and every time I see this pattern is something that it doesn't necessarily mean bad, but it also doesn't necessarily mean good. So it's a pattern. Every time I see it, I'm like, okay, something is about to happen. Which it also goes to another story, very short here, sidetrack from this, but no. I was working at I used to work at David's Bridal, and someone came in with that pattern shirt, and I messaged my boyfriend. I was like, well, something is about to happen today. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I saw the pattern. Something's about to happen, like some energy or something. And then this lady came in, and her son had passed away, and she was there to choose a clothes for her son's funeral. And I was like, oh my God. And I just saw the pattern. So was the final confirmation that I had that this pattern is now attached to me, and there's something meaningful towards that pattern, if that makes sense. You can believe me, you don't have to believe me. It's okay. So that was that for the sleep paralysis part. Another interesting dream that I had that is connected to being a medium psychic is that I predicted my boyfriend's sister's pregnancy like 3 weeks before we found out that she was pregnant. So we were sleeping. I had a dream that some of my cousins were pregnant. It was weird. If one of you are seeing this, you can message me to be like, hey, is it you? But so 2 of my cousins were pregnant, and I thought it was very weird, whatever. But I woke up and I looked at my boyfriend. I was like, okay, someone is pregnant, and I don't know who it is, but someone is pregnant. Then after that, like I was doing tarot reading, and it was only showing like pregnancy stuff, you know, like life form and all that. And then my Instagram feed was filled with pregnancy stuff, and I haven't even searched or said anything, but it was filled with pregnancy stuff and everything. Technology tells you stuff. It communicates with you like that. It's not always, yes, sometimes it is when they're listening to you, but it also talks to you. You know how sometimes you're thinking of something, when you're thinking of something and it appears on ad or something on social media, yeah, that's how it talks to you. So it was just appearing a bunch of pregnancy stuff on my Instagram feed, and I was like, wow, someone is really, really pregnant. And then we found out that his mom called and said that his sister was pregnant. So that's why I think that sleep paralysis and dreaming are connected to the other side like that. I think it's a way of being, my way of being a medium psychic, not only through tarot cards. And that's why I believe we should always analyze our dreams, and because they're trying to tell you something. Especially if you're a medium psychic. If you want to know how to be a medium psychic, you would have to, I think, do a birth chart reading. I did my birth chart reading recently with a professional, and it was spot on. That's all I'm gonna say. It was very spot on. I 100% recommend doing a birth chart reading, because your birth chart can tell a lot about you and who you are. So through lucid dreaming, I can also kind of connect with the other side. What does I mean by that? On my previous video about dreams, that I can put it in the end of this video if you want to watch it, I had said that one way that I can know that I'm lucid dreaming is when I see people that are not in my life anymore. For instance, my grandma and my grandfather. That's how I feel like they are communicating me through that way, because I talk to them, right? So when I had my lucid dreaming, I said it in my other video, I saw my grandfather, and I was like, wait a minute, this isn't real, because you died. And he's like, yes, I did. You were dreaming. That's what he said. So I don't know. I could be completely wrong. It could be just my mind just telling me that he is dead, or it could be him telling me that he is dead. So I want to believe that it's him trying to communicate with me, all because of the other experiences that I've had with lucid dreaming, sleep paralysis, and dreaming in general. So this is it for this video. If you want me to go into more details and into more stories of my lucid dreaming and my sleep paralysis, we can do that in another video. Just comment down below if that's something that you would like to hear from. If you've had a sleep paralysis, or if you had dreams or lucid dreaming that connected you with the other side, like a medium psychic, also leave a comment down below. If you are a medium psychic and you want to share some interesting paranormal stories, comment down below. I'm always interested in knowing and meeting people like me, knowing that I'm not crazy. So if you like this video, give it a like, and if you want to continue on this journey with me, please subscribe to my channel, and we will have lots of fun, and we will learn a lot about a lot of things that is related to life. All right. So I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye. Okay, so that was for... So another way that you can...